Okay, because I am challenged gravity-wise.
Follow-on question.
If I can fall, I will.
Are you going to be teaching us how to save the Earth by falling out of trees?
No.
Thank goodness.
I'm so excited.
Are you going to teach us how to save the Earth by not falling out of trees?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's important.
Where'd you get your hat?
Ruddy brought them. A bunch of them. And other folks have them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The Earth First Climbers Guild formed several years ago in order to get people to create a culture of safety in tree sitting. Because there were a couple accidents over a decade ago where people were, say, tree climbing without a harness and, fell or seriously injured or died. So today, there are very rigorous safety standards, like the same standards that arborists use to work in trees every day and safely. And also the way, loggers do it, because of course, logging is a very dangerous business where there have been a lot of deaths historically until they've improved safety standards. Well, anyway, let me show you this forest. Yes, so
Is all this grass
I don't know. I think this is where they dump the grass from all the cutting over there. But, yeah,
There's so many trees.
maybe. So the grass is composting. Take that one. This lovely second growth forest we've got here. Some, a bunch of Douglas firs, mature, large, lovely trees. A bunch of wildlife. You may notice the mosquitoes.
Oh, hell. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did I mention I'm afraid of heights?
There's people hiding on us up in the trees.
Tree hugging, dirt eating hippies. Not in this forest. You better not cross that line. I'm gonna cut this forest down.
Oh no.
After I cut this forest down, I'm gonna mine this clear cut. And after I mine this clear cut, I'm gonna put a pipeline right through it. I don't have anything to say about it! Get out of here, you lugger! Go! What are you doing in my forest? Hey! You wanna save your forest?
Yeah.
Learn how to climb!
Oh yay!
Spoiled again!
That's awesome. But wait, what if we're only protecting one tree? How do we protect multiple trees?
Look over there! You can tie them together!
Yeah!
Oh wow.
Oh, shit, we're not there.
There's a person in the sky.
And don't forget your helmets.
And how do we get in these trees in the first place?
Look at here right. What?
Oh, nice.
So one of the ways we have to get in the trees is with bows. And sometimes it doesn't always work perfect.
Ta-da! Bravo! I have to say something. I think the climb team these people are so awesome. They're not just awesome at doing this, but they came here 2 days early to camp so that they would have the ropes and everything, the traverse to be set up, so that they could participate in the anti-oppression trainings today.
Cool.
That's how committed they are to this whole process. I think they rock. Oh, that's a little rough. So is this now for tree wrestling or something?
Yeah. Tree wrestling. You guys are some crazy, amazing people.
Okay, but in all seriousness, we're part of the Earth First Climbers Guild, a group of people who are working to standardize and make sure we're all doing aerial blockades really safely. So we really like the silly aspects of it, but we also really like keeping each other safe.
Yeah, so you can use direct action climbing to help protect forests. You can use it to enhance your campaign if you're going to do a giant banner off of a crane or somewhere else. You can use it to make your blockades stronger. And so the skills that you saw today are some of the skills that we're going to teach folks. And we're going to have beginning workshops to get folks introduced to climbing throughout the whole time that folks are here. And for folks that actually want to get really comfortable with it, maybe able to set up your own anchors and learn how all of it works, we will have a track that's going throughout the week.
I would probably feel better climbing up there I'm terrified of heights. Absolutely terrified.
And we're all really stoked about making this accessible. So if you're not
Yeah.
super buff, we can figure out how to make it work.
Well, I
And
can
if you're-
climb. It's just once I get up there, I'm like,
Yeah. Dude.
seriously. That looks like entirely too much fun up there, though.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
I knew there were Ewoks in this.
Does anyone have any questions?
So longevity in the mountain or in the trees. How long do you stay up there, and how do you stay there for long periods of time?
It depends on the campaign, whether people are extracted or not. Records are up to almost 2 years of staying up there. And for most direct actions like this, one person that's doing a high-risk role needs like a ton of community support. So if you don't have people resupplying you, getting you things that you need, you're not going to last very long. But yeah, it depends on how long it takes to win.
How long have you stayed up in the tree?
We did a 6-week campaign in and out the whole time. Two questions?
Yeah, for like people that stayed for like 2 years, did they build like a treehouse or thing, or they were just hanging?
Definitely a treehouse.
Yeah, people have put a variety of things in trees, from like full-on houses, which are in the Humbach Forest in Germany right now, to boats, like whatever you can get up there and you have the time for, people have suspended in trees. A car, bus, yeah.
Car? How the heck do you get a car at the tree?
With police.
Wow.
Ashok?
A minute ago, you said it depends, the longevity depends on whether or not you are extracted. What does extracted mean?
Yes. So this tactic has been happening for decades, of using climbing in protests. And some people caught on to that didn't like it. So extraction happens from either firefighters, or it happens other loggers that have experience. They will like climb up the trees, and then they will like literally physically like cut your lines, cut your safeties, like cut you out, like pull you down, either with the cherry picker, or they will like lower you down in like a really unsafe way. And that's happened a fair amount of times. Not everyone's been extracted. Like every campaign is different. But like sleep deprivation, like lights, like certain forms of like whatever. Yeah, people will do a variety of things to make protesters uncomfortable and make the situation really uncomfortable. Because, you know, it's often fighting corporations that are trying to destroy land. And they'll do a lot to win.
There's also really low-risk ways to use climbing too, to like survey for endangered species that live up in the trees, to find them, and that's like not an arrestable situation at all. To get good, one of my friends back home is an older woman that takes a lot of pictures of frack sites, and she climbs to be able to get a better vantage point.
This particular style of climbing is also used for canopy research by scientists.
What is that?
Just going up into the tops and like understanding the ecosystems, because canopies sometimes have their own ecosystems, and also for recreation. Also for recreation.
S&G, basically?
Yeah, it's for fun.
I don't know about that.
I can't imagine doing that for
Any other questions? Anyone want to add anything, climbers?
It's really fun.
How fun is it?
Scale of 1 to 10. 2. No, I'm kidding. It's really fun. It's like an.
Can you tell us again, what is this, this when it goes between the trees?
So this is a traverse. This is a way if we have a, like say we have a tree stick going on or something and we want to be able to save more than just one tree, so we want to tie the trees in together. We generally will put up a platform and multiple different trees, and then we want to be able to, you know, go see your friends so you're not completely isolated. So we set up these traverses so that you can get across to other trees and also tie them in together. Yeah.
One other thing I've added is, so people have used traverses to tie one platform into as many as I think like 16 trees in one sail. So instead of having like a tree stick in one tree, they have like this whole large area would be held by one person.
Could you explain a little bit more about how is that blockade working there?
So how that would work is that if they cut all the lines would be support lines that hold the platform up, and the platform would be suspended off one of these traverses or adjacent to a tree. So if they cut any of them, that would be the rope that in the system that holds your platform up, so that would fall. So the idea is that if they cut any of the trees that fell inside your line, that would break your ropes, they would be risking your life.
We do this to play on people's humanity. It's like, do you really need to cut down this tree? Or do you want to kill somebody to cut down this tree? Is it worth it? So when we're sitting up in trees, we're playing on people's humanity.
How high up would you say you are right now?
I'm not really sure. It's hard to gauge distance. Maybe 50 feet?
That's just my guess. Wow.
Crazy people.
But we love teaching people how to climb, so if you're interested, come and play with us up in the trees.
Can I see a hands of folks that are going to be joining us tomorrow?
Can you deal with the wuss?
Very welcome. How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. And just
8.
8 and 9. And if you don't come tomorrow, you can come the next day as well. Feel free to drop in. Please remember to wear closed-toed shoes. Sandals are not great for climbing, as you can like.
Something like this, okay?
That'll be okay. The harder sole you have, the better. Pants are also really great. And we're just trying to prevent abrasions to your feet and knees and stuff, which are pretty common. And kids are super welcome to come, 5 and up, but with parental supervision. And please be sober if you're going to come. It seems, just completely all intoxicants.
I couldn't imagine trying to climb up there anything less than completely sober. And now after I come down, from the tree, I may need to alter my perception a little bit. But yeah.
Alters your perception.
Yeah,
Huh?
absolutely.
Going up into the tree alters your perception.
Yeah, right.
And once you pass that banner, if you could announce yourselves, let us know that you're here. Becca, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just wondering how long all of y'all have been doing this, and like how long you trained before you were doing it like regularly.
I've been doing it for 4 years, and I started training pretty quickly after I started doing it. I came into this through doing like high ropes team building challenge courses, so I've been doing that since 2006, and then a couple of years I've been doing this kind of thing. Volunteer.
Tim, how long have you been training?
I have been training tree climbing for the last 5 years, and have been climbing for the last 6.
Okay.
Danielle.
I've been training for about two years and climbing for 4-ish.
I've been climbing for 9 years, and I've basically been training people pretty much that whole time.
So when you got a logger or you got some company coming to you and they're swearing at you and calling you all kinds of names, how do you respond?
Luckily, I have not had to deal with that very much yet, but I feel like silence for me is better because I tend to get a little hot-headed.
Go ahead.
I've interacted with loggers in the forest, but never in a situation where they came off cussing and swearing. They also weren't trying to log the scale we were in. They just kind of like had heard about it and drove up to try to check it out. And I just talked to them like I would talk to anyone else. I just said hi to them. We just sat and chatted for a while, and they were like, "Oh, we're loggers." And it's like, "Oh, cool. Who do you work for?" And then we just struck up conversation, and then they ended up giving me a beer. I showed them which road to go up to check out the tree sit. They went up and saw it, and they came back and were like, "We didn't know you could climb trees without limbing them first." And they hung out and actually got to know people, started hanging out a little bit. They came back like several times and hung out with us. So I think
With a bouquet of flowers.
yeah.
Oh.
I like the bouquet of flowers with flagging. Really cute.
They had the coordinates of where the seal was, where they got the flagging.
had the coordinates of
tomorrow we'll be doing a nonviolent direct action training.
Yeah.
And we'll go over different strategies and de-escalation techniques, what you can do in different situations like that. We'll have some role plays where you actually interact, where somebody pretends to be a logger and somebody pretends to de-escalate that. And so, yeah, you should come to the training tomorrow for anybody who's never been before, and then we'll get more in depth about different strategies and techniques you can use for de-escalation as well as action planning and the like.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
One last question. From the legal perspective, when they finally extract you, what do they typically do with you? Hey, put you in jail.
What do they charge you with?
Usually misdemeanor trespasses, something like that.
Trespassing.
Yeah. It's been getting weirder. Like, with all activist charges have been escalating, so aerial blockade charges have been escalating too.
Is that what they consider this would be an aerial blockade?
Yeah.
I was gonna throw out the tactics been used for like any number of things, like preventing logging, preventing mining, preventing airport construction, preventing pipeline construction.
And you're not dealing with spiking?
Nope.
That's a different tactic.
Thank you so much.